Greetings and salutations, my name is Deltran, doing Fire Emblem Heroes, talking about Caeda, Tally's heart. Spent some quality time with Caeda, got to know her likes, her dislikes, and I figured I'd go ahead and do a review of her. I pulled a 5-star of her whenever I was pulling on the summer banner. She's plus attack, minus res. I was a little disappointed about the minus res, but I was happy about the plus attack, so I figured I'd go ahead and try to see what I could do with her. I saw that she was rated B or A tier on one of the tier lists that the Reddit Discord channel made. And so, of course, tier lists are always weird, but I had an extra Wo Dao because I had a total of 4 Wo Dao users that were 5-star that had minus attack. So I've given everybody Wo Daos at this point, and she was one of the recipients of them. And I looked at Caeda because I don't really have a favorable opinion of red flyers. Not even Pala, sorry. And I don't really want to get into why I think they're not really favorable or in the meta, but let's get into Caeda herself. Caeda is actually very capable. I was very surprised. She definitely needs support. She really benefits from all of the Flier Emblem support that's out there. I have her in a team with Shares, and we're just going through some chain trials, right? Challenges. Keep calling them trials. And we're just wrecking things with everything, but Shares there is giving her a buff. She has Goad? No, it's 4 to 5 flyers is what she's running right now. I do have Goad on her, but don't usually always have that going with her. But I switched out to 4 to 5 because I also have Delphia running there, potentially giving her a +9 to her attack. And she performed very well whenever you give her all those buffs. Surprise! But I was also happy with how she performed otherwise, but she definitely can't stand on her own. Sherish there, as long as you're careful, she's able to run the board for the most part. She has Drag Back, she has Brave Axe, she has Death Blow, she owns things. Caeda, on the other hand, definitely needs her support. Now, I'm not done building her. Her B slot's missing. I'm going to go ahead and put Desperation in there, because she does have a decent speed. C slot is just going to be whatever, a couple of different flyer buffs, because then I can switch out as I need to. She is pretty good whenever she has that support. When she doesn't have that support, there's a narrow window where she seems to excel at. And I think that's one of the disappointing things, is that you can easily make a Brave weapon user out of Cordelia. You could easily make, well, she comes with Brave weapon, but I mean, you can enhance her and she performs the role very well. You don't need to find somebody else and put it on them. There's no, and I mean, Camilla is an okay Brave weapon user, but a plus strength Shershi, however you want to pronounce it, she's the best, hands down, and I will run her outside of Flier Emblem. You could also run, I usually don't run Cordelia outside of Flier Emblem, but I will go, you could do that. But I don't think I could really have Caeda running without a lot of support. I think this is pretty much going to be the last map that I run in this chain here. Just after losing Sherish, there just isn't enough power in this particular team. They needed that bulk that she provided, they needed that big hit that she provided. But when it came down to it, I was pretty happy with how Caeda performed, especially with the Wo Dao and Moonbow. That pretty much is the only reason why I came back to her. I had a Caeda a long time ago, and I started to level her, and it just wasn't worth it. So I said, screw it, and I took her buff, and I put it on. I forget who I put it on. But she doesn't have it anymore. I gave it to someone else, and it was worthless. I really hated Caeda. Pala looked like she was going to be amazing, and she always falls flat for me. I'm glad all those people have all those 3 and 4-star videos of Pala being awesome and going out there and doing this, that, and the other thing, and look, you could go ahead and do all the maps with 4 stars, but, well, I mean, there's a price to that. And I don't think that Pala has much more of an oomph outside of that little niche that she has worked for herself. Caeda, on the other hand, with Moonbow, she's very capable. I saw a post on the inner tubes forget from who, that showed a Wo Dao build, and I think it gave her Iceberg? Maybe Glacies, I'm not too sure. Probably Iceberg and Quick Impulse, so that she could go ahead and just one round kill several people. And it looked very effective, it looked great. It was, of course, only the first person that she targeted she'd be able to take out. And that makes Caeda very, very functional. I gave her Moonbow because of the Wo Dao she keeps on with that extra 10. It happens more frequently, it's more reliable. I do tend to like to have the reliability as opposed to explosive on most of my main heroes, and I was hoping that she would become a mainstay in my Flier Emblem team. I can't say that she's going to be, but I can say for certain that this is a flyer that I could stick with other teams, knowing that they could buff her, and that she's going to perform. She's going to go ahead and take out people, she could take a hit or two from magic, and she's going to be able to continue to perform all throughout the fight, which is what you need to have from people. You either need them to be able to take multiple hits, or you need them to deal multiple hits. That's just the way this game is set up right now. There's no room for anything in between. Even Delphia that I have down there, I have her spec'd out with life and death because she needs to be able to hurt something. I could treat her as a mage tank, but I already have that role set up for other people. Wasn't too worried about putting a whole life and death 3 on her. But otherwise, I don't know how else to say it. You need somebody to be able to continually perform. And the Wo Dao with Moonbow, and once she has Desperation and Darting Blow all the way up on her, the numbers speak really well. Now, I can't believe I made that stupid mistake right there. That was so stupid on my part. But otherwise, Caeda performs very, very well. Now, of course, on this turn, I wanted Caeda around to be able to handle Hector, and it looked like she was going to do a good job at it. But this team already had another solution all lined up. I didn't need Caeda in order to make this happen. Now, I was coming close, but I was able to make it happen without Caeda, and I was able to kill Hector's with my Flier Emblem team back whenever Cherish was a bonus hero several seasons ago, without any issue. That just sort of, in my mind, helps let me know that even though she came with a, what was that sword that I got rid of? Armor Slayer. Even though she had that, and it was nice, I took out a few different armors that I probably shouldn't have even been able to. I took out a Gwen, I didn't take out an Effie, but I did take out a couple of Gwens, and I took out Drog. I didn't test them against anything super hardcore here, but I mean, she was able to do what she needed to do against them with Armor Slayer. But how many times are you going to go off color like that? I mean, obviously in this team, if there's a Gwendolyn or if there is an Effie, I'm going to gang up on them just like I did with Hector, except for it won't take 2 rounds. It'll just be 1. So I think that most people are right that she does need the Wo Dao, and she needs to have an impressive special in order to bring her back up to speed. Slaying Weapon doesn't even necessarily do it for her, and I think it's a shame that there's so many heroes that seem like, oh, well, you put a Wo Dao on them and they're okay. And it's sad that there are no red flyers that don't fall into that range. At the end of the day, you don't need to have a red flyer on a Flier Emblem team. I'm not going to talk too much more about Flier Emblem specifically, but as far as Caeda is concerned, her resistance is not her saving grace. Her defense definitely isn't good. Her speed is acceptable. Her attack is not good. And her hit points, they're okay for Flier Emblem. You're not going to see much higher, really, at this point. The best thing about her is that she can benefit well. I love that she sparred with Ryoma there, even on defensive tile. That was fun. And like I said, she surprised me. She performed well, but she is not a solo performer, unlike so many other characters that you could swap in and out of her spot. Speaking of Ryoma, you could put Ryoma there, and I didn't do anything here, for the most part, that required a flyer. And the end of this fight doesn't go well for me, but I didn't do anything that required her to fly. I could have done that ability in all the puzzle maps, Great Hero Battles. I'm Grand Hero battle, excuse me. I have plans of using her. I think she's going to become very useful, especially if I can get reposition on her, finish off her stats. I might even be able to use her in the Lloyd battle that's coming up here very soon. But unfortunately, it's if you have a Kada and you're like, oh yeah, I want to do Flier Emblem, yeah, as long as you could put a good weapon on her, she's going to perform for you very well. You will be happy. If you can't switch that out, if you haven't had the benefit of pulling 4 minus attack Wo Dao users like I have, because that's fortune right there. I unfortunately am not confident in saying that you should build up Kada. She will perform a bit better once she gets all the Fire Emblem buffs, but who doesn't perform whenever you're giving someone +6 to everything? It's such a shame that there just is not a powerful red flying unit like there is for blue and like there is for green. And maybe it's for the best, because red has the run of the gambit, and it might only be because they have so many of them, and of course statistically speaking they would get that many, but red has so many powerful units already. Kada is not one of them. If you have one to build up and you have space on a Fire Emblem team, then go for it. Otherwise, you're not missing out on anything, unfortunately. You don't need it to round out your team or your color palette or anything like that. I am so sorry to say. But hey, do me a favor, rotate this into portrait mode if you're on mobile, or hit escape to leave full screen mode, and click that like button if you enjoyed our little talk. If you have a problem with what I've said, or if you have a defense for Kada, go ahead and leave a comment down below. If you've missed any of the latest Fire Emblem Hero news, tap or click on any of the links on the left. Thank you guys so much. My name is Deltran. I greatly appreciate all of you, and until next time, take it easy.